I would like to start off my speech tonight by presenting a video.
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Whether or not we'd like to admit it, we are all guilty of texting while driving. If you haven't, you are more than likely guilty of at least looking at your phone while driving. My name is Christian Smith, and today I will be talking about why texting while driving is dangerous. I chose this topic because it is relevant in our country and one of the leading causes of death. According to the United States Department of Transportation, distracted driving was the cause of 3,522 deaths in 2021. Texting is the most alarming distraction. Sending or reading a text takes your eyes off the road for 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving the length of an entire football field with your eyes closed. You cannot drive safely unless the task of driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in is a potential distraction and increases your risk of crashing. I believe it is important to persuade teenagers and adults that it is not worth risking your life or others when you text while driving. I will now present reasons why you should not text or drive or handle your phone while driving. The risk we take when we text and drive. The first argument I will talk about is the risk we take when we text and drive. When we text and drive, we aren't only putting our own lives at risk, but we are risking the lives of others. Whether it is a passenger in the car with us or another car that we share the road with, we put others at risk when we make the personal choice to text and drive. While ultimately a driver has the last say in whether they read a text message or not, we need to support our friends, co-workers, and family members when we know they are on the road. Most of us are guilty of sending a text message to someone we know who is driving. If we create the distraction knowing they are driving, aren't we partially at fault? We should not put ourselves in a situation where someone you care about was hurt because they were replying to your text message. A solution. A second argument I would like to make is the solution to texting while driving. The best way to prevent texting while driving is to put our phones out of reach. Apple users have the option on their phones to put their phone in Do Not Disturb mode. This prevents calls and text messages from coming through unless you have that contact in your phone as an emergency contact. Another useful method that Apple users can access is airplane mode. If you use your phone for music or the GPS, then one option is to mount it on the dashboard where it is visible yet still out of reach. Another solution is to download an app on your phone that prevents you from texting while driving. If you have a passenger in the car and need help, simply ask them. It is not worth it to risk the life of you or your passenger for a text message. The last helpful idea I would like to give is to use a physical reminder. A note written to yourself or even writing a message on your hand will remind you of what not to do. The third and final argument I would like to give is statistics on texting while driving and the danger it causes. Even though the dangers of texting and driving are well documented, this has done very little to keep teen drivers from texting and driving. According to a poll in the United States, 40% of teen drivers admitted that they have participated in texting and driving in the past 30 days. Many people wonder why there are so many commercials about texting and driving. This is one of the many reasons. Teens and even adults still don't get how dangerous it really is. Car crashes are the leading cause of deaths for teenagers in America. We must implement a plan that encourages not just teenagers, but all of America to end the habit of texting while driving. The CDC reports that in the United States, over 3,100 people were killed and about 424,000 were injured in crashes involving a distracted driver in 2019. About 1 in 5 of those people who died in crashes involving a distracted driver in 2019 were not in vehicles. They were walking, riding their bikes, or otherwise outside a vehicle. It is up to us to change these statistics and reduce the number of deaths. Now I would like to conclude with a call to action to prevent more deaths due to texting and driving. In conclusion, the problem being discussed is the unsafe way drivers in America conduct themselves. Driving while texting or looking at our phone is not worth the risk. Drivers become distracted by cell phones and cannot efficiently focus on the road and their telephone conversation at the same time. Therefore, plans need to be implemented to stop this constant distraction that drivers engage in daily. Finally, I will encourage you all to think before you start driving and decide in advance that you will not touch your phone while driving. Let's do our part in reducing accidents and deaths by not using our phones while driving. Thank you.